The city of Los Angeles is currently putting the call out to homeowners whose property includes an ADU, which stands for Accessible Dwelling Unit. The ADU Accelerator program provides elderly people with a place to live and homeowners with guaranteed rental income. When I caught up earlier with LA's Chief Innovation Officer, Amanda Daflos, she explained how exactly the Accelerator program began.
This program started in the city around 2018. It began with a grant from Bloomberg Philanthropies and now has been accelerated by the city's matching contribution. But the real reason why we started this program is because we know that there's an opportunity to both build more ADUs and then, really importantly, pair them with seniors who by 2030 will actually make up 25% of California's entire population, people over 60. So we see a really important opportunity and wanted to make sure that we took advantage of the opportunity of that and gave Angelenos a great way to provide housing to those that actually need it most, which is our senior population.
Yeah. So for those of our viewers who might be watching this now and say, wait a minute, I have an ADU, I want to know more about this. Walk us through how they can apply and kind of make the pitch. Why would someone want to open up part of their home or their separate home to someone that they maybe don't know?
Absolutely. Well, Angelenos have a really special opportunity to basically offer up a room or an ADU and some housing to people that need it most and be a great neighbor. So that's my pitch. The way that you would do this is you would get online is one option. So if you're a homeowner that has an ADU or you might be almost finishing your ADU, you can get online to adu.lacity.org and put in an application by just pressing apply now. It's a fast process. It's an easy process. You'll be interviewed by city officials who, in their mind, basically want to find people who will be most excited to offer up their housing to people that need it the most and be a great neighbor.
And there's a financial incentive for this as well. Can you talk about how that part of this works?
Absolutely. There is a financial incentive. And so basically what will happen is once you apply, if you get accepted as a homeowner to the program, you would be matched with a senior, thanks to our partner, One Generation. And you will then have a tenant. The tenant themselves will pay 30% of your rent. The rent is market rate. So you'll be essentially matched with somebody for 5 years collecting market rate rent. And the senior will pay 30% of their income while the city takes care of the other 70%. The other great thing about our program is One Generation also provides wraparound services to our seniors. So they'll receive support on things like finding jobs if they're interested in working, and any other type of support services that they might need. So it's basically an opportunity for a senior to have a home, for you as an Angeleno to provide a home, collect a rent, have a great neighbor. And then after 5 years, our seniors will either remain in the ADU if that works and makes sense, or because we know that it takes about 5 years to find permanent housing. Most of the folks that are being matched are people that are already on lists. So within 5 years, the expectation is that they'll actually move into a permanent setup if in fact the one that they get through this program is not the right answer for them.
And Amanda, you laid out some of the things that you would need to have to be a homeowner applying for this. Let's talk about the other end. If you are someone or you know of someone who is older and says, that sounds like a great deal to me, what are some of the requirements to be a tenant in this situation?
Sure. So to be a tenant, you'd need to be basically 60 years of age or older. You need to live in Los Angeles County, and you'd basically need to qualify as low income. And to apply, the same website will be useful, which is adu.lacity.org. And then I have a phone number as well that if individuals are interested in applying but maybe don't have access to the internet and they're a tenant, they can call 818-708-6617, and they'll be supported in their application process.
And Amanda, I know you're at the preliminary stages, but it seems to me the really fascinating and potentially challenging work will come in. Okay, you've got your people who qualify and have met the right specifications for the ADUs, and you've got your elderly tenants who are ready to go. It's like matchmaking, right? How do you go about figuring out, okay, this particular tenant would go well here? What might that process look like?
Great question. We've taken great care in the matches that we've already made. We've made some incredibly successful matches and have wonderful testimonials already from participants in the program. But it is an interview process, and it's an interview process with us and the tenant, with us and the homeowner, but then also the homeowner and tenant get to meet each other. And so it's really about curating a great match and finding something that we think and that they think, importantly as participants in our program, will be a great fit and will stand the test of time. That's really what we care about the most.
I'm guessing that for a lot of homeowners out there, this might sound like a very attractive deal, but there's always that fear, and I think that fear comes from when you hear about people who might be on the precipice of being unhoused. You don't know who they are, right? And sometimes what you don't know can seem scary. What would you like people to know about this? Because I think some people, some homeowners rather, might see this as a real leap of faith to try to do something like this.
Yeah, I understand that, and I think that the program that we set up really is meant to address the needs of both our tenants and our homeowners, and find a way to actually help demystify each other and demystify people, and make those matches. And I think our testimonials and our experience so far has proven to us that process of really ensuring that tenants and homeowners meet and have that opportunity to connect is critical. As is the question of how do you make a great neighbor, and what does that really look like? And we have found that there are preferences that may be true for a tenant, and maybe it wouldn't be a great fit for the homeowner. But it really is all about that process, and we have taken great care in making sure that there is sort of a hand-holding effort, that there is a case management lens on it, and that there really is an approach to making a great match. We lead with that, and that I think should help people take a leap of faith. The other exciting part is that you get to provide housing to seniors who, again, here in Los Angeles County, it's really about helping people find housing before they become homeless. And this program is part of Mayor Garcetti's effort to do that, and to really help drive people towards housing before they wind up living, unfortunately, in their car or on our streets. So it's an opportunity to prevent homelessness.
Which is just such a huge, heartbreaking issue throughout the city right now. How do you see this, if you can kind of zoom out away from this particular ADU Accelerator program, how do you see it fitting into the much bigger challenge of finding housing for everyone? Is it going to take a bunch of really different individualized approaches like this one?
That's also a great question. I think Mayor Garcetti's approach, and there's many things we can do, and we're sort of tapping multiple different ways of building housing, bringing housing to Los Angeles. And this is one part of that overarching plan and strategy, to be sure that we're really touching many different layers or many different places, to be sure that we're providing housing and getting people into housing that's a good fit for them. So this is a very innovative one part of our approach and one part of our program, but a really important part of our program, and that I hope that your viewers will actually tap into and take advantage of.
Amanda Daflos, thank you so much for taking the time out to tell us more about this. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity.